Hello students, welcome to the new episode of Physics Concepts. I am Lalit Midha, your physics teacher, and today we will cover very important and very interesting topic, relative motion. First, let us understand what is relative motion. Relative means to relate or to connect. Normally in our daily life, we use some lines like my point of view means according to me, means from my side. Your point of view means according to you or from your side. Let us take a simple example. This is a 2 rupee coin, right? And this side, I hope it's visible, this side is head and back side is tail. From your side or from your point of view, this is head. But from my side, from my point of view, this is tail. That is a relative thing, right? If this coin is in motion, from your side, it is going towards right side. But from my side, it is going towards left side. So that is relative motion. You will say that coin is moving towards right side. But I will say that coin is moving towards left side. Some other examples, like normally in friend circle we say, if you were at my place, then you can understand my situation, my pain. What is the meaning of this? Or what he want to say? He want to say that come to my place and see the situation, right? That means relative to that person, right? Now let us start the basic theory of relative motion. Relative motion, the motion of one body observed by some other body, or motion of one body with respect to some other body. This is known as relative motion. That means here this is the observer and observing the velocity of first body, and this observer is also known as frame of reference because this observer is observing the motion of first body, right? Relative motion in one dimension. What is the meaning of one dimension? When bodies are moving along the same line, either in same direction or in opposite direction, then motion of one body relative to other or observed by other is known as relative motion in one dimension. Condition is they should move along same line, either in same or in opposite direction. Second, relative motion in two dimension. That means here bodies are not moving along the same line. They are moving in different direction. Example, one body is moving along x-axis and second body is moving along y-axis. One body is moving along y-axis, second body is moving along z-axis. So their directions are not same. They are different. Another example, one body is moving in east direction, other body is moving in north direction. So their directions are different. Now if we calculate a velocity of one body relative or with respect to other, then this motion is known as relative motion in two dimension, right? Let us understand relative motion with these examples. First example, a person, first observer, is moving with the bus with velocity v, and there is box present inside the bus. So according to this observer, box is not moving away from the observer and it is not moving towards the observer. Box is at rest state with respect to this observer, right? If you go in the place of observer 1, then you will see that box is in rest state. Right? So according to first observer, this is our first observer. According to first observer, box is in rest state, but according to the observer standing outside, he will say no, box is in motion because box is moving with the bus, right? So relative to second observer, box is not in rest state. Box is moving with the bus. Right? This is the relative motion. Relative to first observer, it is at rest. But relative to second observer, it is in motion. So because they are different frame of reference, means they are different observer. One observer is moving with the box. So there is no increase or decrease in separation. They are moving together. So their distance remains same. So box is in rest state with respect to first observer. But with respect to second observer, box is moving away from the observer. So this observer will say that box is moving with velocity v. Right? In this second example, the person is inside a bus and bus is moving with some velocity v. Now, whenever we are inside bus or train, we always feel that trees are moving in backward direction. We are not moving in forward direction, only trees are moving in backward direction. That is the observation of this man. The man will feel that this tree is moving in backward direction. Why? Because the gap between the observer and tree is increasing. Right? So this man will feel that this tree is moving in backward direction. Right? That is the relative velocity of tree with respect to man. Right? Now, this observer is observing the same tree and the gap between the observer and tree is not increasing, not decreasing. That means this man will feel that the tree is not in motion, it is in rest state. So relative to this observer, tree is in rest state because there is no increase or decrease in the distance. But relative to this observer, the gap between tree and observer is increasing. So there will be some relative velocity of tree with respect to man. Right? Now let us see some animation to visualize this relative motion. Right? Next, formula of relative velocity. We will understand the formula of relative velocity with the help of few examples. Let us take the first example in which this man is moving inside a car and the velocity of car is 100 meter per second towards right side. And I am assuming right side is positive x-axis. So velocity of man or car is 100 meter per second I cap, means it is moving towards positive x-axis. Now the velocity of tree with respect to ground is 0. Why? Because tree is not moving with respect to ground. But if you calculate the velocity of tree with respect to the man, it will be not 0. Why? Because every observer observes the motion by keeping himself at rest. So this man will keep himself at rest, then he will observe the motion of tree. So how to keep this man at rest? Subtract -100 everywhere. Right? You have to subtract the velocity of man everywhere. If you subtract the velocity of man here, then velocity of man will be 0. Now we are keeping this man at rest. Then what will be the velocity of the tree? Velocity of the tree will be -100. So if you keep this man at rest, then tree with respect to this man is moving towards negative x-axis with speed 100 meter per second. Right? So what is the concept? Concept is whenever you calculate the velocity with respect to any observer, then what you have to do? You have to subtract the velocity of observer everywhere. So when you subtract the velocity of observer, that means you are keeping observer at rest state. That means you are calculating with respect to the observer. So what is the formula of velocity of tree with respect to man? It is velocity of tree minus velocity of man, means we are keeping man at rest. Right? We are keeping man at rest. Then velocity of tree is Vt minus Vm. So whenever you calculate relative velocity, subtract the velocity of observer. Right? So here velocity of tree with respect to man, tree individual velocity is 0, velocity of man is 100, subtract it, you will get velocity of tree with respect to moving man. Right? Let us take the second example. In this second example, we have two cars. Car number A moving with speed 100 I cap towards right side. Car number B is moving towards right side with speed 120 meter per second. This is 100 meter per second. This is 120 meter per second. If we observe the velocity of B with respect to A, velocity of B with respect to A, then we have to keep this A observer at rest, because here observer is A. We are calculating the velocity of B with respect to A, that means A is our observer. We have to keep this observer at rest, because every observer observes the motion by keeping himself at rest. So you have to subtract minus 100 and minus 100, I cap. So this is the velocity of B observed by A, that is 20 meter per second right direction. So if you keep this observer at rest, then this observer will see that B car is moving with 20 meter per second only in right direction. Velocity of B with respect to A is Vb minus Va. Why minus Va? Because we are observing with respect to A. Right? So it is 120 I cap minus 100 I cap. So it will be 20 I cap. Means if this observer observes the motion of B, then this observer will feel that B is moving with speed 20 only, not 120. Because he is also moving with the speed 100 meter per second. So with respect to this man, velocity of B is only 20 meter per second in right direction. Right? Now third example. In this third example, same two cars A and B. Car A is moving with 100 I cap. Car B is moving with 120 I cap. Now, if we observe the velocity of A with respect to B, now observer is sitting in the B car. Right? Now we have to keep B at rest, because we are observing with respect to B. This is velocity of A with respect to B. Then we have to subtract the velocity of B to keep B at rest. So we will subtract minus 120 I cap everywhere. So what will be the velocity of A with respect to B? If you subtract 120, then we will get minus 20 I cap. Means if we keep this observer at rest, then this observer will see that A is moving with minus 20 in this direction, because we have to keep this observer at rest. So we have to subtract this 120 everywhere. So when you subtract this 120 here, the velocity of A with respect to B will be towards this direction, because it is negative, and 20 meter per second. So this observer will see this car moving in this direction, not in this direction, because this observer is moving with more speed. So the gap between the two cars will increase. So this observer will see that car A is moving in this backward direction with speed 20 meter per second. Right? Now let us take the fourth example. Have you seen raindrops moving in upward direction? Let us see in this case. In this case, raindrops are falling in downward direction with speed 10 meter per second. That means velocity of raindrops with respect to ground is 10 meter per second in downward direction. And man is also moving in downward direction with speed 15 meter per second. Right? Both are moving in downward direction, but man is moving with more speed in downward direction. Now we want to calculate velocity of rain observed by the man. That means with respect to man, where is the velocity of raindrops? So what we will do? We will subtract the velocity of man. We will subtract the velocity of man. Now velocity of rain with respect to man. Raindrops are moving in downward direction and we are assuming that downward direction is negative y-axis. So it will be minus j cap. Direction is minus j cap. So it is 10 minus j cap. And velocity of man is also in downward direction. So it is again 15 minus j cap. Now to calculate the relative velocity of rain with respect to man, we have to subtract the velocity of man. So we will subtract the velocity of man because we are keeping man at rest. Relative velocity means you have to keep the observer at rest and you have to subtract the velocity of observer everywhere. So subtract the velocity. When you subtract the velocity, you will get plus 5j cap. Means observer will observe that raindrops are moving in upward direction with speed 5 meter per second in upward direction. So this observer will observe the reverse motion. Why? Because he is moving with more speed than the raindrops. So he will see that raindrops are moving in upward direction. But actually raindrops are falling in downward direction with speed 10 meter per second. That is relative motion, right? Next, let us discuss some general problems based on relative velocity. First problem, a ship A streams down north at a speed of 8 km per hour. So it's given to you that north is the direction, speed is 8 km per hour. And ship B due west at speed 6 km per hour. The velocity of A with respect to B means relative velocity of A observed by B, right? So let us first of all draw the diagram. We know east direction is x-axis and north direction is y-axis. So boat A or ship A is moving towards north. So I can represent this speed with 8j cap. Right? J cap is showing north or y direction. What is the velocity of B? Velocity of B is towards west with 6 km per hour. West is our negative x direction. So velocity of B is minus 6 I cap. Right? Now what they are asking? They are asking velocity of A observed by B or related to B. So velocity of A observed by B or relative to B means we have to subtract the velocity of B. Right? Why? To keep B at rest. Right? So velocity of A minus velocity of B is 8j cap minus of minus 6I cap. So overall velocity is 6I plus 8j. Right? The magnitude of relative velocity is under root 6 square plus 8 square, that is 10. So 10 km per hour is magnitude of the relative velocity. Now let us calculate the direction of relative velocity. To find out the direction of relative velocity, we have to draw this vector. This is 6I plus 8j. I means east direction, x-axis. So this is 6I. Then connect 8j, 8j in north direction. So this is the sum of 6I plus 8j according to the triangle law. This is the direction of relative velocity, and this is the angle made with east. So theta is the angle. Let us calculate this angle. Tan theta is perpendicular length divided by base length. Perpendicular is 8, base is 6. So 8 by 6 or 4 by 3. From basic mathematics we know tan theta equal to 4 by 3 means 53 degree angle. So our answer is 10 km per hour, angle 53 degree from east towards north. 53 degree from east towards north, or we can represent it like north of east. So from east towards north, how much angle? 53 degree, right? Now let us see the second question. Wind is blowing from south at speed 10 meter per second, but to a cyclist it appears blowing from east at speed 10 meter per second. Means cyclist is observing velocity in different direction. So velocity of wind with respect to the cyclist is towards west, because it is coming from east. Coming from east means towards west, and the wind is blowing from south means it is towards north. So velocity of wind that is with respect to ground is 10 j cap. J cap means north direction or y axis, and velocity of wind observed by cyclist is 10 minus I cap, it is towards west. So we have to find out original velocity of cyclist with respect to ground. So let us write the formula. Velocity of wind with respect to cyclist is VWC, that is velocity of wind minus velocity of cyclist, because we are observing with respect to cyclist. So subtract the velocity of cyclist. So it is 10J minus Vc. Relative velocity is already given in the problem. That is 10 minus I cap. And this is 10J cap. This is Vc. Now calculate the velocity of cyclist. Velocity of cyclist is 10I plus 10J. Right? We got the vector 10I plus 10J. Now we have to calculate the magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of velocity is under root 10 square plus 10 square, that is 10 root 2. Now the second step is we have to calculate the direction of velocity. So how to calculate the direction of velocity? Draw the vector. Vector is 10I plus 10J. I is towards east direction. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis, right? So this is 10I, then we have to connect 10J. 10I, then 10J, the resultant is Vc. That is in this direction. If you calculate this angle theta, then tan theta is perpendicular length divided by base length. Perpendicular is 10, base is also 10. So tan theta is 1, that means it is 45 degree. You can say 10 root 2 northeast, because it is exactly in the middle of north and east. Or you can say 45 degree north of east. That means from east towards north 45 degree. Understood? Third problem. In a harbor, wind is blowing at the speed of 72 km per hour. Flag on the mast of the boat anchored in the harbor flutter along northeast direction. So here some important words are given to you. Anchored means boat is in rest state. Flutter along northeast direction means with respect to stationary boat, wind velocity is towards northeast. 45 degree from north, 45 degree from east. Right? So velocity of the wind is given to you 72 km per hour. Right? If boat starts moving with speed 51 km per hour towards north, then what is the new direction of flag that we have to find out? Right? So we have to find out velocity of wind with respect to moving boat, because with respect to moving boat, the velocity of wind is not northeast. it will be different, right? So let us calculate the velocity of wind first. This is the actual velocity with respect to stationary boat. Here boat is stationary, right, at rest. Now break the two components. Break the velocity of wind into two components. Here the component is 72 cos 45. This is the cos component and this is 72 sin 45. That means it is 72 divided by root 2 and this is also 72 divided by root 2. Right? So velocity of wind is along x-axis 72 by root 2, 72 by root 2 and along y-axis 72 by root 2. So total velocity of the wind is 72 divided by root 2 I cap, 72 divided by root 2 j cap. And they are asking find out approximate answer. So 72 divided by root 2 and this 51 kilometer per hour, if you calculate 72 divided by root 2, approximately you will get 51. So because 51 is given here and 72 divided by root 2 is also approximately 51. So I am writing this velocity of wind as 51 I cap plus 51 j cap. And the velocity of boat given to you 51 kilometer per hour towards north. So towards north means j cap direction. So I can write velocity of boat as 51 j cap. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of wind observed by boat, observed by moving boat. So velocity of wind with respect to boat. That means we have to subtract the velocity of boat. Right? So put the velocity of wind here, put the velocity of boat. This term will cancel out. Then velocity of wind with respect to boat will be 51 I cap approximate. So 51 I cap, this I cap shows east direction. Right? It shows east direction. So now flag will flutter in the direction of east when boat is moving towards north with speed 51 kilometer per hour. Right? Next, let us see a very common and very famous question of relative motion. In this problem, we have two ships and the distance between the two ships is 10 kilometer. A ship is towards north side and it is moving towards west with speed 20 kilometer per hour. And ship B is moving towards north with speed 20 kilometer per hour. So both the ships are moving in different direction but with same speed. Their distance of closest approach means they are asking what is the minimum distance between the two ships. Because both the two ships are in motion, so it is very difficult to calculate the minimum distance between the two ships. The starting distance is 10 kilometer, right? So what we have to use here? We have to use relative motion to find out the minimum distance between the two ships. So I am calculating velocity of B with respect to A. First let us see what is the velocity of A. A is moving towards west. So its velocity is 20 minus I cap. This direction is negative x. And B ship is moving towards north. So it's 20 j cap. Right? We know the individual velocities of the two ships. Now I am calculating velocity of B with respect to A. What is the meaning of with respect to A? Keeping A at rest. If I keep this A at rest, then I will observe the velocity of B. So we are observing velocity of B. Keeping A at rest, we will observe the motion of B. So velocity of B with respect to A is VB minus VA. Relative to A, subtract the velocity of A. So when you subtract these two velocities, we will get relative velocity as 20 I cap plus 20 j cap. This is the velocity of B observed by A. When we keep A at rest, then B will move in this manner. Right? So what is the magnitude of velocity? It is under root 20 square plus 20 square, that is 20 root 2. 20 root 2 kilometer per hour. Now let us draw the velocity of B with respect to A. It is 20I plus 20J. So this is the direction of velocity of B observed by A, means if you keep A at rest, B will move in this manner. Right? This is the motion of B when we keep A at rest. And this point shows us the minimum distance. So this is the minimum distance between A and B, because A is at rest and B is moving in this direction. So at this point, the distance between the two is minimum. Let us suppose the time at this instant is T, and this is the starting condition. So this is 10 kilometer, right? So this is 45 degree because this is 10, this is also 10. So this angle is also 45 degree, right? From this right angle triangle, you can calculate the minimum distance between the two ships. So use sine 45 perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular is R minimum, hypotenuse is 10 kilometer. So you will get minimum distance between the two ships, that is 10 divided by root 2 kilometer, or you can write it as 5 root 2 kilometer. Now they can ask the time when they are at minimum distance. They can ask this value of T also, right? They can ask this value of T. So to calculate the value of T, and we know the velocity of B with respect to A, what is this velocity? 20 root 2. So this B ship is moving with 20 root 2, starting from this point T equal to 0. So how much is the distance in time T? This distance. This distance will be 20 root 2 into time T, because the speed of B with respect to A is 20 root 2, and in T time the distance traveled by the ship B will be speed into time. That is 20 root 2 into time T. So this is 20 root 2 into T. This is 10, and this is already known to us, 5 root 2. Use the Pythagoras theorem. 10 square is equal to 5 root 2 square plus 20 root 2 into T whole square. Right? This is the Pythagoras theorem. From this equation, calculate the value of T. If you solve this problem, then you will get T equal to 1 by 4R. 1 by 4R means 15 minutes. Right? Now let us understand the concept behind rain and umbrella problems. In rain problems, we will get two different type of conditions. First condition, when rain is falling in vertical downward direction. Second condition, when rain is falling at some angle with the vertical. Let us start with the first condition, rain falling in vertical downward direction, and we have part A. In this part, man is standing in the rain. If man is stationary, that means its own velocity is 0. So Vm, that is velocity of man with respect to ground, it is equal to 0. Stationary man always observe the real velocity of rain or the actual velocity of rain. So this stationary man will observe the actual velocity of rain, that is in vertical downward direction, VRG, that is velocity of rain with respect to ground. So to save himself from raindrops, the person should hold his umbrella in vertical direction. Right? Now let us see part B. In part B, man is moving in the rain. Whenever man is in motion, he will not see the actual velocity of rain. Because he is in motion, so he will see relative velocity of rain relative to himself. Here we are calculating with respect to man, means we are keeping man at rest. So we have to subtract the velocity of man from velocity of rain. That is the general formula given in vector subtraction also. So we can write this relation as Vr plus minus Vm, so that we can add these two vectors Vr and minus Vm. Ultimately we will get vector subtraction, that is relative velocity. Let us suppose this is the velocity of rain with respect to ground and man is moving in right direction. So this is velocity of man with respect to ground. Now what we have to add? We have to add VR and minus Vm. So if this is Vm, then where is minus Vm? In opposite direction. So according to triangle law, VR minus Vm, this will give us VR minus Vm, that is VRM, that is velocity of rain observed by man. Means if man is moving in right direction, he will not see this velocity. The raindrops will be in this direction. So man will see rain coming in this direction. So relative to man, velocity of rain is at an angle theta with vertical. Right? So what is the value of tan theta? Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular length? Negative sign shows direction. Length is Vm and this is VR. So tan theta is VR by Vm. Right? So theta is tan inverse Vm by VR, where theta is angle with the vertical. Now let us suppose if man is moving in left direction. Rain is falling in vertical downward direction. Man is moving in left direction. Again, what we have to find out? VR plus minus Vm. So this is Vm. Where is minus Vm? In this direction. So connect VR and minus Vm. This will show you the direction of rain observed by man. Right? Again, tan theta is same, Vm by VR. And how to calculate the magnitude of velocity of rain observed by man? VRM. This is hypotenuse. This is base. This is perpendicular. So use the Pythagoras theorem. That means VRM square magnitude is equal to VR square plus Vm square. So magnitude of velocity of rain observed by man is VR square plus Vm square under root. Right? This is velocity of rain observed by moving man. Man is moving in the rain. He will always see velocity of rain in some other direction, not vertical downward. If this stationary man start moving in right direction, then raindrops will hit his legs. Why? Relative to moving man, rain is coming at some angle. Right? So if man is moving in right direction, he has to tilt his umbrella towards right. If man is moving towards left direction, then he has to tilt his umbrella towards left. Right? He is moving like this. And if he is moving in right direction, then he has to tilt his umbrella and he has to move in this way. Right? I hope you understood this point. Now let us discuss the second condition. In this second condition, rain is falling at some angle with the vertical. And reason can be wind. Wind is blowing in left direction, so rain will fall at some angle with the vertical. Right? Let us see part 1, in which man is standing in the rain. If man is stationary, then he will observe the real velocity of rain or the actual velocity of rain. So this is the actual velocity of rain observed by stationary man. That is velocity of rain with respect to ground, and it is falling at some angle. If it is falling at some angle, then this velocity of rain will have two components. One component is horizontal. So suppose the magnitude, I am saying magnitude of horizontal component of rain is x and magnitude of y component of rain is y. Right? So this is magnitude of y component and this is magnitude of x component. So this rain is having two components because it is falling at some angle. So we have cos and sine components. Right? Or you can say horizontal and vertical components. So this is horizontal component, this is vertical component. Sum of these two is velocity of rain. So man standing in the rain will hold his umbrella at an angle alpha with the vertical because rain is falling at an angle alpha. So what is the value of tan alpha? Tan alpha will be perpendicular upon base. This length is x. This length is y. So tan alpha is horizontal component of rain divided by vertical component of rain, that is x divided by y. Remember, these are the magnitudes, x and y. Okay, second condition. In second condition, man is moving against the rain. Means rain is falling on his face at some angle. Right? Now, he is moving against the rain. Rain is coming in this direction and he is moving in right direction. Right? So then what will happen? Let us see. So this is the actual velocity of rain. This is the x component and this is y component. Now man is moving against the rain in this direction. What we have to find out? We have to find out VRM. What is VRM? It is VR minus VM. Or we can say it is VR and addition of minus VM. So we have to add minus Vm in Vr. So velocity of rain is this. Velocity of man is in right direction. Minus Vm will be in left direction. So according to triangle law, Vr plus minus Vm is equal to Vrm. So this is the velocity of rain observed by man. This is not actual velocity. Because man is moving, so he will see relative velocity, not actual velocity, right? So with respect to moving man against the rain, the velocity of rain with respect to man is at an angle more than alpha. That means if he is standing at an angle alpha, let us suppose this angle is alpha, and he is moving against the rain, then he has to increase the angle, right? He has to increase the angle to save himself from raindrops, right? So he will increase the angle to beta. Here you can see the velocity of rain with respect to man is at beta angle and actual velocity of rain is at alpha angle. Now if you calculate the angle beta, so what is tan beta? Tan beta is perpendicular length, right? And this is base length. We know tan alpha is what? X divided by y. X divided by y. This is x component and this is y component of the rain. What is the perpendicular length for tan beta? Perpendicular length, I am saying length. This negative sign shows the direction. Length is Vm. This length is x. So what is this total length? This total length will be x plus Vm. So for tan beta, perpendicular is x plus Vm and base is y. So what is tan beta? Tan beta is this length x plus Vm. This is only direction. Magnitude is Vm. So Vm plus x divided by base y. And here angle made by the umbrella with the vertical is more than the stationary case. In stationary case, he is holding at an angle alpha. But when he is moving against the rain, he has to increase the angle with the vertical. That is beta and this is the value of tan beta. Understood? Now let us see the third part. In this third part, man is moving in horizontal direction of rain. We know this is velocity of rain at an angle alpha. So velocity of rain is at some angle. So it is having two components, x component and y component, right? And man is also moving in the same direction, in the same horizontal direction. If the horizontal component of rain is suppose 10 meter per second towards west and velocity of man is less than this component. So man is also going towards west, but its speed is 3 meter per second towards west. And what we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of rain observed by man. And what is the formula? Formula is velocity of rain addition of minus Vm. Right? So man is going in this direction and minus Vm will be in opposite direction. So Vr, original velocity of rain, plus minus Vm. So this is the velocity of rain observed by man. So if man will move in horizontal direction of rain with less speed, here it is 10, so this is 3 and minus 3 will be here, right? This is minus 3, opposite direction. Then velocity of rain with respect to man is in this direction, and it makes less angle as compared to alpha. So person should hold his umbrella at an angle beta with the vertical, and beta angle is less than alpha, right? If the man is moving against the rain, he has to increase the angle with the vertical, beta more than alpha. But if he is moving with the rain or in the horizontal direction of rain, then minus Vm, we will get this as Vrm, velocity of rain observed by man, and angle is beta, that is less than alpha. Now let us calculate this value beta, tan beta. We know this total length is x, this is 10. In our example, it is 10. And this is 3, minus 3 will be in this direction. So what is tan beta? Tan beta is this distance, this is perpendicular. This perpendicular distance is total distance minus this distance. Remember, this is showing direction, negative sign. Length is 3. So total length is 10. Total length is 10. This is 3. So remaining is 10 minus 3, 7. Or you can say it is x minus Vm. So this is perpendicular and this is base. So tan beta is perpendicular upon base. So x minus Vm divided by y, and this beta is less than alpha, right? Now second point. In second point, if the velocity of man is equal to the horizontal component of rain, that means now man is also having 10 meter per second west. 10 meter per second west, and here it is also 10 meter per second west. So both the horizontal components are same, velocity of man and velocity of rain. Now what will happen? Again, let us calculate Vr minus Vm. So when we calculate Vr plus minus Vm, so this is Vm, opposite is minus Vm. This length is 10, this length is also 10. This is x. This length is also 10. So Vr minus Vm, that is equal to 10. So we will reach this vertical line. So velocity of rain with respect to man, with respect to moving man, is Vr minus Vm, that is Vrm. So now the person will see that rain is falling in vertical downward direction. Very important case. Whenever in question it is given that a moving man observes vertical rain, that means this is the problem, right? Whenever a moving man observes vertical rain, that means this case. So now the person will hold his umbrella at zero angle with vertical. It will hold his umbrella in vertical direction, and he is moving horizontally with velocity equal to the horizontal velocity of rain, right? This is very, very important case. And moving man observes that rain is falling in vertical downward direction, right? Now let us see the last part of rain and umbrella problems. In this part, velocity of man is more than horizontal velocity of rain. What is horizontal velocity of rain? X. And here man is having more velocity than x. This is velocity of rain with respect to ground, or you can say actual velocity of rain, right? It is having two components, y component and x component. So if you add x plus y, this is y, this is x. If you add these two components, you will get velocity of rain. Suppose the horizontal component of rain is 10 meter per second in west direction. And man is also moving in west direction, but with more speed. Suppose the velocity of man with respect to ground is 20 meter per second west, right? What we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of rain observed by man. That means Vr minus Vm. This is Vm, that is 20. This is 10, that is x. Minus Vm will cross the vertical line because this length is more. So minus Vm will be on the other side. So this is minus Vm. So Vr minus Vm is equal to Vrm. This is velocity of rain observed by man. And it is making an angle beta with the vertical. See here, alpha and beta are in opposite sense. Means if a stationary man hold his umbrella, then he will hold his umbrella in this direction, right? At alpha angle with the vertical right side. Or you can say this is west, then this is east. Then the person will hold his umbrella towards east at an angle alpha. But velocity of rain with respect to man will observe velocity of rain in this direction. So this man will hold his umbrella in this direction at an angle beta, right? So the moving person will hold his umbrella towards west direction. So here alpha and beta are in opposite sense. If alpha is clockwise, beta is anti-clockwise. Means stationary man will hold his umbrella in this direction, but a man moving with more speed, more than the horizontal speed, will hold his umbrella in this direction. So sense is opposite, right? Now let us calculate the value of beta. What is beta? Beta is this perpendicular upon base. This perpendicular is total Vm, this is the length Vm, negative is direction Vm, and this x. So Vm subtract x, you will get Vm minus x. So perpendicular length is Vm minus x, base is y. So tan beta is perpendicular upon base. Now this beta can be equal to alpha, like in this case, this is 10 and this is 20. So what is this? This is also 10, right? This side 10, this side 10, one side is common. So alpha and beta both are equal, and velocity of rain, actual velocity of rain is equal to relative velocity of rain. So in this special case, if Vm minus x is also equal to 10 and x is also equal to 10, if Vm is 2 times of x, then alpha and beta both are equal. Here Vm is 20 and x is 10. So here Vm is 2 times of x, then alpha beta both are equal, and actual velocity of rain magnitude is equal to relative velocity of rain magnitude. So magnitude wise these two are equal and alpha beta are also equal. If velocity of man is more than 20, then angle will be more than alpha. Beta angle will be more than this value. More than this value means more than alpha. So beta can be equal to alpha. Here it is equal. Both sides are equal. This side is common. So these two sides are also equal. And can be greater than or less than alpha. Can be greater than, less than alpha. If Vm is more than 20, then it will come here. Then angle will be more than beta. If Vm is less than 20, then it will come here. Less than 20 means it will reach here. Then angle will be beta less than alpha. In that case, beta will be less than alpha. Right? I hope you understood this concept. Now let us discuss some problems based on rain and umbrella. First problem, rain is falling vertically with speed 1 meter per second, that is velocity of rain. A woman rides a bicycle with speed root 3 meter per second and direction is also given to you east to west. That means this woman is moving from east to west direction with speed root 3 meter per second. What we have to find out? Direction in which she should hold her umbrella. So we have to find out direction of umbrella with vertical, right? So first of all, in physics, whenever you get vertical downward direction or vertical upward direction and north, south, east, west, whenever you get this condition in the question, always draw this 3D diagram. In this 3D diagram, we are representing east, west, this is south, and the opposite is north. And this is vertical downward direction. So velocity of rain is in vertical downward direction. So this is velocity of rain. Woman moving in west direction with speed root 3. So this is velocity of woman. What we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of rain observed by woman. So it is VR minus VW. So we have to add minus VW in velocity of rain. So this is velocity of rain, add minus VW. This is velocity of women, minus VW is opposite. So VR minus VW, this is the velocity of rain observed by woman. So she should hold his umbrella in this direction, right? So we have to find out this direction. That means we have to find out this angle. And where is the tilt? The tilt is towards west direction. Because she is going in west direction, so she will hold his umbrella in west direction at an angle theta. So we have to find out the value of theta. According to tan theta, we have perpendicular upon base. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular? Velocity of woman. What is base? Velocity of rain. So root 3 divided by 1. Root 3 divided by 1 is tan theta. That means tan theta is root 3, theta is 60 degree. So our answer is 60 degree with vertical towards west direction. Right? Second problem. To a man walking at the rate 3 km per hour, rain appears to fall vertically. Listen to this line carefully. Moving man is observing rain is falling in vertical downward direction. That means this is our condition second. And in this condition, velocity of man is equal to horizontal component of velocity of rain. Right? Then only rain appears to fall vertically. When he increases his speed to 6, initially it was 3. Now he is doubling his speed. So speed is doubled in this case. It appears to meet him at an angle 45 degree. That means now the velocity of rain observed by man is at 45 degree with the vertical. What we have to find out? Find the angle made by velocity of rain, that means actual velocity, and we have to find out its value also. So first of all, a moving man is observing that rain is falling in vertical downward direction. That means horizontal component of rain is equal to velocity of man. Both are equal. So VR and minus VM will be VRM. Right? Rain is falling at some angle. Already covered in the last point. So rain is falling at some angle and man is also moving in the same direction. Both the components are equal. Then minus VM will be exactly in this side. So velocity of rain observed by the man will be vertical downward direction. Right? So horizontal component is also 3 and the velocity of man is also 3. Now he is increasing his speed to 6. That means rain is same but velocity of man becomes 6 now. That means 2 times. Now velocity of rain observed by man means VR minus VM. That means minus of 2 VM. So VR minus of 2 VM means minus 6. This is 3, this is 3. So this minus 2 VM will cross the vertical line and here we will get minus 2 VM. So this is VR, this is minus 2 VM, that is 6 km per hour. Right? So VR minus 2 VM will be VRM. This is the observed velocity. Velocity of rain observed by man, and it is given in the question 45 degree with the vertical. So it is at 45 degree with the vertical. What we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of rain and its direction. Right? Angle and velocity of rain. So first of all, in this triangle, this side is 3, this side is also 3. One side is common, that is the vertical component. So both the angles are also equal. That means 45 and alpha both are equal. That means alpha is equal to 45 degree. Now we have to find out velocity of rain. So velocity of rain is, you can use Pythagoras theorem or you can use sine 45 degree. Sine 45 degree is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. This is 45. So sine 45 is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So velocity of rain is 3 root 2 km per hour. Angle is 45 degree with the vertical. Understood? Now let us see next problem. In this problem, rain is falling vertically with speed 20 meter per second, means velocity of rain is given to us. A person is running with speed 5 meter per second and wind is also blowing with speed 15 meter per second, both from west. Means person and wind both are moving from west to east. From the west means west to east. The angle with vertical at which person should hold his umbrella. So we have to find out the angle made by umbrella with vertical. That means we have to find out velocity of rain observed by man, right? So first of all, let us calculate the total velocity of rain. Individual velocity of rain is given to you 20, but wind will blow the raindrops in east direction because we have speed of wind also. So wind is also blowing, that means we have to add this velocity in rain velocity. East is always x-axis, north is always y-axis, and vertical direction is z. So this is plus z. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. North means y-axis, east means x-axis, vertically up means plus z-axis. But rain is moving down, so it is minus z-axis. So I am representing velocity of rain with minus k cap, downward, 20. So velocity of rain, total velocity will be velocity of rain plus velocity of wind. Wind is towards east, that means x-axis. So 15 I cap. 15 I cap is due to wind, and this is the individual velocity of rain. So total velocity of rain is minus 20 k cap plus 15 I cap, right? And velocity of man is 5 meter per second, again towards east. So it is 5 I cap. What we have to find out? Velocity observed by man. Velocity of rain observed by man. So it is VRM. So total velocity of rain minus velocity of man. So it is minus 20 k cap plus 15 I cap, and velocity of man is 5 I cap. Subtract it. You will get this is velocity of rain with respect to man, that is minus 20 k cap plus 10 I cap. So this is the velocity of rain observed by man. Minus 5 I cap, we will get 10 I cap. So this is the velocity of rain observed by man, right? This is 10 I and this is minus 20 k. They are asking what is the angle made by umbrella with vertical. So angle we have to find out this theta. So tan theta is what? Perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular? 10 and base is 20. So tan theta is 10 divided by 20, that is 1 by 2. So angle with vertical is tan inverse 1 by 2, right? Next problem. When man is standing, raindrops appears to him falling at 60 degree from horizontal from front side. So rain is falling at some angle. Why? Because standing man is observing this. Standing man always observe the actual velocity of rain. So raindrops are falling at 60 degree with horizontal. This point is important. So rain is falling at some angle. It is making 60 degree with horizontal. So with vertical, it will be 30 degree. So rain is falling at 30 degree angle. If rain is falling at 30 degree angle, then rain will have two components. This is the horizontal component of the rain, this one, and this is the vertical component of the rain. If you add these two components, y and x, you will get the total velocity of rain. This is the actual velocity of rain, right? When he is traveling at 5 km per hour on horizontal road, they appears to him falling at 30 degree from horizontal from his front side. This line is important. From his front side means he is moving against the rain. That means if rain is falling in this direction, he is moving against the rain, this side, right? And again, angle is given from horizontal, 30 degree. So the person is moving, this is the velocity of rain, and person is moving against the rain in this direction with velocity 5 km per hour. What we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of rain observed by man, means minus Vm we have to add in Vr. So Vr minus Vm, this is velocity of rain observed by moving man. Man is moving with speed 5 km per hour. So moving man is observing that rain is falling at 30 degree with horizontal. So this is the velocity of rain observed by man, and this angle is given to us 30 degree. So this moving man will observe 30 degree angle with horizontal. So with vertical how much? 60 degree. So this angle is 60 degree. That means observed velocity of rain is making an angle 60 degree with vertical and 30 degree with horizontal. 30 degree given to you, 60 degree we calculated from this diagram, right? So 60 degree from vertical. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the actual speed of rain. That means we have to find out velocity of rain. We have to find out this value, right? So first of all, let us see what is the value of tan 30 degree. What is the value of tan 30 degree? Tan 30 degree is perpendicular upon base. Y divided by x. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Right? Now what is the value of tan 60? Tan 60 is, this is x and this is 5. Minus Vm, magnitude is 5. So tan 60 in this triangle, if you calculate the value of tan 60 in this triangle, then perpendicular is x plus 5, because Vm is 5, magnitude is 5, this is 5. So perpendicular length is x plus 5 divided by base y. So tan 60 is x plus 5 divided by y, and tan 60 is root 3. This is our second equation, right? Now to calculate the velocity of rain, we need either x or y, because we know the angle. If you calculate x or y, then you can calculate the velocity of rain. So let us divide these two equations. When you divide these two equations, y will cancel out, and we will get x plus 5 divided by x, that is equal to 3. So x value is 5 by 2. So we got this value, that is 5 divided by 2 km per hour. Right? Now we know the angle, we know the side also. So sine 30 degree is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular is x. Hypotenuse is VR. We have to find out this value. So VR, sine 30 is half. X is already calculated here, 5 by 2. So if you put 5 by 2 here, 2 will cancel out. So velocity of rain, actual velocity of rain is 5 km per hour. Right?